Good morning, fellow Forex traders. Hope everybody had a good night and is having a good day. Been run-ups and run-downs overnight. Pound has pushed back down into where there was a buy opportunity down here. That was 23 pips plus the spread. 3 on mine, so it'd be 26. It's a risk. But fortunately, I happened to be up when this happened. Thank goodness. I get up 6:30. Well, the dog gets us up at 6:30. Take her out. So it's made a pretty good move up so far. I was able to take off half the position on it, 40. And let's see, the Aussie dollar is just kind of creeping its way up. It's coming up to resistance though up here. And there's not really been much of a retrace at all on that. Euro CAD moved the upside. Of course, we had talked about the opportunities there to get in long, and now you've been rewarded. But now it's up at resistance too. It could still go up a little bit higher up into here before it sells. Obviously now we got a flush, so that's going to get retraced. Maybe not today. CAD yen, there was news on that. They spiked it down. About 80 pips almost. Uh, 70 pips on news. So that wick's going to get filled in. At some point, but possibly not today. The Aussie yen is doing the same thing as the Aussie. It's not really retracing. Now it has room. I'm expecting this flush to get filled. It's come up to here. That's where I'm expecting. Up to here, even right there, for a sell opportunity on the Aussie yen. The pound Aussie has continued drifting down. I'm going to squeeze that, see what it looks like. Yeah, we're kind of in no man's land here, but that's the flush up, so we're expecting it to come down. It's actually getting close to that. If it goes a little bit lower, it could turn around to the upside. That's a buy opportunity where the flush was. Of course, the better buy is down here, and that could happen today. Pound CAD is still in a buy. That was from yesterday. It just hadn't really gone anywhere yet. And you was able to take off half your profit, but the second half is you're at break even. Because you were stopped originally, should have been there. Then you were able to move it on the push up here to break even. May even put $1 or $2 on it and got close to being stopped out, but it didn't make it. But it's not pushing, but it has potential here. It's going to continue the upside up into here today. It's got a little way still to go. That would give you money on the second half. Pound yen had the same thing. A little spike down. That was about 100, a little over 100. Euro New Zealand is up at resistance. It's seeded it, looking for a pullback in that now, looking for a sell opportunity in the Euro New Zealand. Pound New Zealand's already got a 1 hour sale going on. Zealand yen has made a 1 hour buy, but it's not an opportunity there just yet. Euro yen is trying to push up. That's resistance right there. You could actually go a little bit higher today before the sell-off comes. Euro Aussie is continuing down, even though it's retraced some, but it's continued down from the sell. And the sell, any of those four, you could have got in. Maybe even these. Let's see, that high was 67.05 basically. And these are 86. That's 14, 19. So that's 23 pip risk, which is within my parameters. 30 is the max, and that's with the spread. So those of you that are new here to my YouTube channel, FX Starfleet. FX stands for Forex, short for Forex. That's why that's in there. I'm not a Trekkie. Just in case somebody asks, well, he must like Star Trek. No, I'm not a Trekkie. It's just nobody had that name, and I like the FX and the Starfleet. Starfleet would be, it'd be us together, in it together, in our trading journey. If this is first time here, please hit the subscribe and like button if you would. The subscribe button, once you subscribe, you'll also have to click on the notify me button to get notified when I am on live streaming. Usually on from 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time in the US, and I'm on till 10:30, sometimes 11, depending on if there's news or if there's people asking questions in the chat. I'm also recording this. It'll be available after lunchtime here in the US, usually about 1. So just in case you miss anything, you come in late, then you're able to kind of catch up on it. If anybody's got any questions or comments, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer them if I can at all. So we're going to go back and look at these. Now the pound dollar, good thing I got the half off, because this is my stop now at break even. Excuse me. So this is the trade. This flush has to get filled in. Now, that would be up to here. That might not happen today because this is the range, 121.50 or 49 actually, 121.49. Up to 122.78. So that's over 100. Now it can do that, but there has to be news. But that's what I'm expecting. Actually, move up into here. Because there's a lot of support right here, which is now resistance. Expecting more into here. That could happen today. The purple line is a yearly pivot. You see what happens when it bounces off of it. If I scroll back, you're going to be able to see it do it. Here's one time, drove up, come back down, drove up, and went higher. So you see how important a yearly pivot is, and that takes a long time to get to these. So we'll check the rest of these. The Aussie dollar. Euro CAD has made a flush up. It's trying to do a little retracement now. That flush up is going to get filled in at some time. May not be today. That would be a move down into here, which could happen before the next push up. CAD yen trying to move up a little bit. That was news right there. The yen getting up at resistance, expecting it to come up into here. That could happen today easily. Pound Aussies crushing down, but it is down to where that flush, it's taken that flush out, it's retraced it. Now it's trying to retrace this flush, and it's there right now. So there could be a turnaround right here back to the upside. Of course, the better buy opportunity is down here to the upside. That yellow is a yearly pivot. Yearly. Look where it fell from. Went up, touched it a couple of times, and it's fallen off. That move right there is 192.88, and we're at 191.32. So that's 155 pip drop right there, just from selling. Now it really didn't give you an opportunity. When the sale showed up, you could have got in there or on the pushback back up into here. That high is 193.27, 193.03. That's 24 plus 4 is 28, so it's within their parameters. Now this push up couldn't have. It would have exceeded the 30, the risk to reward, even though it did work. The risk to the reward, it doesn't do this all the time, but it does do it occasionally, where it's more than 30 and it still works. But the better opportunities would have been right here, because then the risk would have been only 3, 24, 28, $28. That was from Friday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was Friday afternoon. So we'll move on to the pound CAD. It's kind of going sideways here. Did have an opportunity to get in here. Anywhere in here. Or you could even get in here. But it's more in a downtrend. Let me squeeze it. This has a buy, but it is in a downtrend. So the better opportunity is going to come just right down in here for a really low risk buy. Probably going to be $10 or maybe even less. And it can come down there today. If it's going to go to the upside, then it could come up to here today, which would fill in that flush down. It would take it somewhere up into here, and that can happen. Both of these can happen today. So pound yen is in a sell. So that could be a buy opportunity if it fills in that wick more, but this could turn around and head up. Let's look at the 4 hour. See how it is. It's in a sell right now and expecting to come down and fill in that wick some more. That's the pound yen. Euro New Zealand has now made a 1 hour sell. It could still push up a little bit higher, not a whole lot because of the daily range. Let's see, we had, what time is this? Low 792. Yep, so it's at its daily range. couple pips more. Like I said, it could go just a little bit higher above the high of this candle. But we are making a 1 hour sale now, but nothing to do here. No reason to get in here. This happens all the time. Of course, these sell errors don't happen all the time. These are just trend following. On the 1 hour, orange is down, blue is up, so it's short term. It changes on the 4 hour because it's longer term. So the pound New Zealand's already in a 1 hour sale. New Zealand yen is in a 1 hour buy. Euro yen is trying to push back up, but it don't have much further to go. Just up into here. Probably the that support right there. It's about 30 pips is about all that is. And remember, it's in a sale on the 1 hour, so that could be another sale opportunity, a low risk trade to the downside. Euro Aussie is in a sale, still coming down. There's no turnaround there yet. I'm going to squeeze it in, and I'm expecting that could be the spot where the turnaround is. It actually could be a retracement, and it's fixing to head back up, because the Aussie looks like it needs to go down, which would mean this would go up, because the Aussie would be weak, Euro would be strong on this currency, just on this one. They're tied together. A better scenario would be that it would come down into here for a buy opportunity. That could happen today, but it could also turn around from right here and head back up to here today, because it's in a sale. We're going to keep an eye on these. The pound dollar has wiped out half of that candle. Good thing I took half off, because that's going to be it's at break even right now. I would like for it to come back down into here, or even touch this again, and then turn up, because we're going to fill that in, that flush down. So I'll move back up into here, which is a big move. That's not going to happen today. The move starts, it's going to finish tomorrow or overnight in the Europe session, and it's still in this. There's a sell opportunity there. There was one there and one there, and it can make another sell opportunity back up in here where it flushed down. But we're looking for buy opportunities right now, and that sales is going to be up here. See if the Aussie still, you see there's not any kind of retracement, just very small ones, and it's creeping up to resistance right here. This is extreme on the daily. Euro New Zealand, is it selling? It's trying to, but there's no really setup there just yet, so nothing to do on it. The dollar yen is in the 149.50s. So the Bank of Japan is not stepping in yet. So pound New Zealand's already in a sale. You had several opportunities in here to get in. That's on a 1 hour. The 4 hours also made a sell signal, so those are in agreement right now. So the New Zealand's getting stronger. It's trying to push up. It's made a 1 hour buy signal, but there's no setup there yet. See, that low is 87.66, and we're at 88.14, so that's 34.48 plus the spread 51. That's a 51 pip risk. Can't get in there. It has to come back down into here. So nothing to do on the New Zealand yen. Euro yen's still trying to push up. Remember, it doesn't have too far to go. About 30, well no, not 30, but 25 more, 25, 30 more pips is all it can go. So those of you on here the first time on my YouTube channel, welcome. If you would hit the subscribe and like button for me. I'm not trying to get Taylor Swift numbers. I just want you to be able to be notified when I'm on, and you have to subscribe first, and then you have to click on the notify me button, and it notifies you when I'm on live streaming. That's the only reason for that. I'm not in the business of trying to beg you guys to get me up to 1,000 likes a day or 10,000 subscribers. To me, those traders who do that, and I've even heard them say, I'm not going to put out a trade until you get up to so many likes. Isn't it supposed to be about trading, not about liking? I know their time's important, just like mine is. But if your whole intention when you first started this was to teach people to trade, it's one or two things. It's either that, or you're just trying to get a ton of subscribers when you get paid by YouTube and then get ad revenue to make money. Which one is it? I mean, if you get both, that's fine, but there's no reason to push people to get it. Because your first concentration should be only teaching people to trade, if that's in your heart, to really do that. Otherwise, you're not going to make statements like that. I'm not going to put out a trade till you get it up to 1,000 likes or 1,000 subscribers or whatever. But there's people that follow them, because a lot of them guys do 1, 3, and 5 minute charts. So good luck to them. Been there, done that. Bought the t-shirt and burnt the t-shirt and never going back to it. How much was that poke down? That was at, what was that, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was an hour ago, so that's 2 hours ago. That candle ended at 6, 7, 8. No, it ended at 7. That ends at 8. That one ends at 9. You may ask what all these are on here. These green dots is just parabolic SARs. You can get those anywhere. Those are free. They don't cost you anything. These orange and blue arrows, they're just trend following. That's all it is. And it's on trend following for an hour. You can switch it to 4 hour and they're going to change. It's not going to be as many. If you go even lower, 30 and 15, there's going to be a ton of these things. And they're worthless at that point. But the longer term you go, the better it gets. As you can see, the blue showed up, it drove up. The yellow showed up, but it was still in an uptrend. And they just kept pushing up till it changed direction. But you can get those anywhere. Those are free. I have adjusted those settings just a little bit. Euro yen, let's see, Aussie yen. It still has a little way to go. We still have to fill in this flush down. up into here. So that could happen today before the sale comes. And the pound Aussie, it has come down, filled in that flush. This could be a turnaround spot right here, back to the upside. But the better one is down here. And then with this flush down, we could drive from down here back up to here. That's a big move, over 100 pips. That's what we want. Whereas this is over 100 pips too, the push downside. It's approaching 200 actually. Yeah, I was telling you that it don't always, it starts out doing that, but because it's an hour candle and it's still got 33 minutes, it could push up, and there is a chance this could go up a little bit higher because of its daily range is just a little bit past where the high of this candle is. So it could do that before the sale comes. So just keep that in mind if you're wanting to get in, but there's no setup for me here yet. Nothing there. So it's a couple hours away from me. Euro Aussie came down, filled in its flush, and it could be a turnaround to the upside here now. Now its range for the day, it's going to be up into here. And could even reach the high of that wick, which would be the resistance right there. So for those of you who don't know, it's the first time here, I do Forex swing trading. I don't do day trading. Now occasionally there is a trade set up like there was this morning on the pound dollar. It came down within my parameters, 30 pips or less. I prefer less than 30, and that includes the spread. Because down here I was able to take off 40, which is the pound dollar's half limit. It's just usually 80 to 100 is this daily range. Sometimes it can exceed it if there's news, 120, 130. But I found for this, that's the best, taking off at half, and now of course I'm at break even because I got down here. So at least I'll have, $40 there first thing this morning. I was only able to get it because that dog gets us up at 6:30. But this is a magnet down here, it looks like to me. It's fixing to come down and wipe that out, and I'd be willing to bet it's coming down here, see, just like it did right there. So is it going to give us an opportunity to get in long? It's coming down to it, ain't it? Because now the risk is getting lower. I got stopped out, by the way, just in case you didn't see that, the chart coming down. It's just wiped out that whole up move, which fortunately that up move allowed me to get half of my position off. So banked 0 on the second half of the position and 40 on the first half of the position. So starting out with a winning day. And it looks like there may be another trade opportunity on this one today. Aussie dollar is trying to come down. It's not really made any resistance. Retrace, and it's up at resistance. Aussie yen, same thing, expecting it to come up into here though, which means the Aussie dollar could also come up. CAD yen, see, it's coming down, filling in that. Could be a buy opportunity down here. On the CAD yen. Because remember, the CAD is tied to the oil, and with the what's going on over in Israel and Gaza, that oil prices are going to go up, which means the CAD's going to go up. New Zealand yen, nothing there. Euro yen, nothing. Euro Aussie is trying to push up, which is kind of what we expected. It came down there where it's supposed to, bounced off of it, but it is in a sell on the 1 hour. So is it going to come back and retest this, which it did right here? If it does, it's still got about 30, 20, 25 pips. So we have to keep an eye on that. That is an opportunity. What else are we looking at? Pound CAD. It's trying to push up. So that could be a buy opportunity. So that means the dollar is getting stronger. Yes, because the dollar yen is in the 149.70s, and if the thing gets over 150, which could be the range on it today, the Bank of Japan is going to step in at some point. So just remember that if you're long on the dollar yen. So we'll see what that's doing here. The Euro New Zealand. See, I told you it made a push higher. But it's still got a little bit more it could go on the daily range, but not too far. And then there's going to be a sell. There's already a sell right on the pound New Zealand. Yep, 1 hour. Euro yen. Euro odd. That's what we was expecting. Pound yen should come down and fill in that wick. And the pound CAD is trying to push up. It could go up into here today. So it's got room to make a move. But the better opportunity is down here. And then buy, but that is within the parameters right there, right? At low. Well, it must be such a low candle. 65.70, about 165.70. 49, that's 21 plus 4 is $25 risk. So there is opportunity to get in there, or had got in there, and it's pushing up. I would expect the CAD yen. I'm going to keep an eye on that. There's going to be a buy opportunity down in here. It keeps falling, so is this going to be a flush? And then we'll have a chance for retracement. As we're going to look at the 1 hour. And it looks like down here that it's going to take out that. Now that is a yearly pivot. So we got some support in here. But more in here is going to be where we're looking at. Now that's probably not going to happen today. That's too far. CAD yen doesn't have a range of that on a daily. But I do want to keep an eye on the dollar yen, because it's in the 149.70s. And the dollar is getting stronger. This is going to push up even higher, which means it's going to drive the CAD down more. And that's what we expect. It's been in the sale. You had 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities to get in. and you're in the money. Now, if you had a target profit already set, it was already took on that spike down on the news back 3 hours ago. So we got a CAD yen potential buy, pound dollar. See here, we're coming to the magnet there. Coming to the magnet. And we could have a poke below it, take out that low, and then it turns around. And the retrace to the upside is huge. Up here is where we'll be going. From down here, that is a huge move, retracement move. So that's what we're looking for, is that. And it's trying to push down in here. I'm going to buy when it gets close to down here. And it could be this just be the bottom and then we turn up. That's the only thing, which would make it a low risk trade. But with the dollar trying to push up, pound yen, euro New Zealand, pound CAD, it's trying to push up. It's got a ways to go, at least up to here, and maybe just a little bit above it. So that's 54 from where it's trading at right now. So another 40 pips they can push up from here. But you don't want this to be just a big long wick with a candle. Actually need a little pullback, and then it can continue higher. So this candle ends in less than 21 minutes. Dollar yen is creeping up. New Zealand yen is coming down. That's what we want. Pound Aussie is trying to push up. See, it came right back down into where the flush was. So this could be a turnaround point, even though it's in a sell. But the better buy is down here. And that could happen today. Aussie yen is trying to come down. CAD yen, it's coming down. Going to wipe that candle out, ain't it? But I have seen these come down, fill in most of it, and then turn around back to the upside. Euro CAD exploded up to the upside, and that's what we thought. It's at resistance now. The Euro CAD is at resistance. So I don't think that we're going to have another opportunity on there. This is going to be more of a sell because it's at extreme. And it's already selling off from where it reached. So we could have a pullback back down into here possibly today. Or this is going to go, let's see, switch to 4 hour. Sell is on up in here. That won't happen today. That's too far the range. So, oh, why didn't I? I'm gonna look look at Euro Yen. Now see it's selling. Euro Aussie, nothing. New Zealand Yen coming down. Euro New Zealand, nothing to do. Pound Yen, nothing to do. Pound CAD, it should come up to here, close to there, and then sell off. There's the pound CAD, the pound Aussie, and it's trying to turn around. CAD Yen still pushing down. Aussie dollar is pushing down. And the pound dollar has pushed down. So we've got a retracement coming up to here. Somewhere up in here. But it ain't gonna make it there today. The New York session is not open for 47 more minutes. But there is going to be a buy opportunity anywhere from where it's at right now to the yearly pivot, and maybe even below it would take it out. But the potential for the reward is up here. So the further it goes down, the greater the potential is for a reward. And probably going to have to hang on to that for a day or two. Maybe even 3. Depending on how far down this goes. This is going to take a while because this is 1 hour. Let's see. For those of you that are just showing up, I'm recording this, so it will be available around about 1 Eastern time here in the US. And it's live streaming, of course. You'll need to hit the subscribe button, and then you're also going to have to click on the notify me button, and it will notify you when I am on live streaming. And you're welcome to click on the like button too if you feel I'm helping. If not, there's no reason to click on it, and I'm okay with that because that's the way it's supposed to be. I am one of the few, probably very few, that do not like or follow Taylor Swift. So nobody can include me in that bunch. So I'm definitely not trying to do those numbers. I just don't push to get that. I only say subscribe so you can get notified. I'm not trying to get 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers or millions. So any questions, comments by anybody, you're welcome. In the chat room, in the chat, it's open. Euro Yen, I would suspect it could come down in here. The Euro CAD, see, has made its high today, daily range. It can still exceed that a little bit, but it ain't going to go much further. Not today. So I would expect there's going to be some kind of retrace down into here before it pushes higher, if it's going to push higher. It's in a buy on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, it's in a buy too, but there's a sell that's up here. So that could be where it's heading to sell again back down here. See how this ran away? You didn't have a chance to get in. More times than not, it retraces back down into here and then gives you a second opportunity. There was never a second opportunity. That poke down is too far. That's 56. That's 819, so that's 44. That's 63 pip risk right there. Now you could have got in there. That's 93.56, but still, again, it's 37 plus the spread, so you're talking 40 pips. So the risk is still too great, even though that worked out. I've seen these more times than not. If it runs away, you have to wait, because this happened on September the 28th, and here we are, October the 17th, and it's still not down here, but I'm looking for it to come back down. I've seen these happen a lot, where it runs away, you really don't have a chance to get in, and then it comes back and gives you a low risk trade, and then it continues up past this high. So it could come up there today, because there is a sell back up in here where it could sell off from. Now that's not going to happen today. Could happen in the Asia session or in Europe session tonight. For me, it will be in the morning for them. You got to keep an eye on the dollar yen is still in the 70s, 149.70s. You may ask, why am I keeping an eye on that? Because I'm in it short, the dollar yen, from the 148.90s and 149.90s. When it gets there, expecting it to go back over 150, just like it did before. Now it didn't close on a daily basis above it. It just went to 150.16, I think was the highest. And then the Bank of Japan stepped in and drove it down, expecting that again. But possibly a bigger drive down. It was only a little over 300. Well, I say only over 300, but most of the time when they make the major move, it's anywhere from 400 to 700 in a 2-hour, 1 and 2 hour candles. Has a big spike down. So I'm going to be in that and willing to add to it, expecting the same thing to happen. Just don't know when, what day. But that last move 2 weeks ago tomorrow, I was in it, had profit targets set, had 300 pips on each of my trades, which there was 3 big doubled positions, and it wound up being a over $2,500 move. And just that one trade, could pay a lot of people's mortgage payment for a month or more, depending on what your mortgage payment is. Just the one trade, just that one trade. The Euro CAD's still trying to push up, which it can a little bit. There should be a retracement back down into here somewhere today. So we're looking for opportunities today. The pound dollar, looking for a buy opportunity in here. The Aussie dollar, really need a pullback back down in here to buy, but there is a sell up here. So that flush down was looking for a push up to here, which that could still happen today, because the New York session could turn it around and drive it up there. CAD yen is filling in that wick just like what I thought it would. But the better buy, I think, was down in here, which may not happen today. This is the range on the CAD yen. We'll see these others. The Euro Aussie, it's pushing up Euro yen, kind of going sideways. It's got a little room to go up, about 30 pips. Well, from here now it's a little bit more than 30 pips. New Zealand yen, there's a possible buy opportunity in here, but that low is 66. That low is 90. So that is 24 plus the spread, so it's about 27. So that's within my 30 pip parameters max. So I have to see if there's going to be a turnaround to the upside. Pound New Zealand, is in a sell, not really gone anywhere. There's usually, whenever there's a ton of wicks opportunities like that, it's not time. Euro New Zealand is, I counted on in for 8 minutes, and then you still have to wait another hour or two. Have to keep an eye on the pound CAD. Yeah, it's pushing up just like what we thought it would. Probably going to go up into here, so it's still got room. So I'm not sure exactly. Where could that go? I've got to make sure, keep an eye on the dollar yen, because it is now still in the 70s. Now, will the New York session, will they drive this up? That would mean the dollar getting stronger, but the pound is looking weak right now. But it did make it. Remember, there's a buy here. You had an opportunity there, you had an opportunity here, and you had an opportunity here. But that's a magnet right there, because that's a yearly pivot. So he bounced off of it, went up, it's coming back down. Is it going to bounce off of it again? This is the target, is up to here. Now you're going to have to hang on to that for a day or two. You have to be willing to. A lot of people aren't willing to. They want to grab the money as quick as they can, which is what I do. Take off half the position and then just let the other half be the big money maker. And that's what happened on this trade right here. I got in this morning, got half the position off at my 40 pips target on it, and now it came back. Stop is at break. Initially, when I get in, the stop was down here, which I think it was 27 pips with the spread. And then when it makes the push up, then I move it to break even, and you can see I got stopped out on the second half. But that's okay, because it was either going to make money or it was going to get stopped out. It wasn't going to lose any money. And that's where the money management kicks in. You see, you had an opportunity on the sell when it showed up, so you had to wait. That showed up, and then you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hours, almost a whole day to wait to get in for a low risk sell. That high is 23.37. That high is 23.31. So 6 plus 3 on the spread of $9. A Big Mac combo meal. Actually, it's a little bit more than $9 at McDonald's, but that's what you risked for your reward. For waiting for 17 hours, they rewarded you. Still coming down there. Euro Aussie trying to push up. Now that can make a move up to here today. But it's in a sell right now. Euro Yen. It's got about 35 more pips to move. It can move up. New Zealand Yen, Pound New Zealand, Euro New Zealand, nothing to do. That candle ends in less than 4 minutes. Then you got to wait another hour or two. Pound CAD, still trying to push up. Looking for resistance up here, so it's still got a little ways to go too. 66.54. So about 25 more pips from where we're at. It's in a buy. Opportunity to get in. Opportunity to get in. Found Aussie. We were looking for a turnaround right in here. That's where it stopped. Now is it going to turn up? The better opportunity would be down here for a buy. Aussie yen kind of going sideways. CAD yen is slowing down. It came down filling in that wick. Euro CAD it's kind of at its limit of how far it can go. And the Aussie dollar's trying to sell off, but this could just be a slight retracement looking for up to here. So there's several opportunities today. You just have to be patient and wait on them. Don't force any trades. Don't force any trades, and don't feel like that you have to make a trade every day. You have to make money every day. If that's the case, then I would suggest that you stop trading yesterday. Start putting some money away. Don't use money to trade that you got to pay rent or mortgage payment or car note or clothes and food for the kids. Just do a demo account, learn how to trade successfully in the demo account without losing money, and then put away money as you can. Because I'm not saying don't ever, I'm just saying you gotta wait. Now's not the time. It's like being wait on this. Being patient. Being patient. Let me show you another one. Squeeze it in. Look up, move, be patient. There's your reward, and you're still climbing up. All you're doing is moving your stop up. Now that one might have got your stop when it pushed up, but it actually should have been under here because that's more support, and it didn't come down to it. Now you've included in this, and now you're moving it up even higher, which should be under here now. So you've come from down here up to here, and because it's up at major extreme resistance, I would take that off the rest of the half position, because once you got up in here, you got your 50 pips, which is what your Euro New Zealand is, taken off at half, and then the other half is the money maker. Now you may ask, why do I take off the half at that number? Because what it does is, once you bank money, it moves in your direction. You're still in the trade. You don't have to find another place to get in unless it retraces back down here and gives you another low risk trade. Then you could get in, add the position. But if it's correct, this is what it's going to do. It's going to move, but it takes the stress off of you because now you've banked money and you're still in the trade. Because we're up there at the extreme now on it, looking for a retracement back down, probably into here. That could happen today. And if it comes below that, then there's an opportunity for it to come back down into here. But that's a pivot, a yearly pivot. So we closed above it, came back, touched it, and have gone higher. Now is it going to come back down that far and head back up again, coming through there? So you see how these yearly pivots, now it takes them a while to get up to these. See, it's taken several days from down here to up here. So we got to keep an eye out on this because we're expecting a move up to here. Now that's not going to happen today. That move is not going to happen today. So the better scenario, the best case scenario, is that it comes lower, goes below this a little bit, takes out that low, and then it's going to, so now it's a greater return up to here. Again, that's going to be a 2-day process. So you're going to have to hang on to it, be willing to hang on to it. Euro Aussie gradually trying to push up, which we expect it to. Euro Yen got a little bit more to go, not a whole lot, before it moves down. And I got to keep an eye on the dollar yen, which is up at 80. So it's got about 20 something more pips, 30, probably 30 more pips or more. That can happen today. New York session's got 28 minutes before it opens. Euro CAD. CAD Yen. To keep an eye on that dollar yen. Have to keep an eye on it. Well, several opportunities here. Anybody got questions, comments? I do swing trading for those that's in here first time. I don't do day trading, even though they're at times, not all the time. At times there could be opportunities, which there was on the pound earlier this morning, and there's going to be another opportunity on it. Aussie dollar, it has the potential to swing up to here. Let's see on. So it could go up a little bit today, but this range has kind of gone sideways. Aussie yen doing the same thing, but it could fill in some of that wick to the downside. But we're looking for up here, for a sell opportunity up here. Aussie dollar, pound dollar. Are the big boys going to step in here, or are they going to step in down here and drive it up? Because the dollar yen is still close to 149.80. When it gets up into the 90s, 95, 96, I'm going to put in add a short position to the dollar yen. And expecting the Bank of Japan to come in again. This has been recorded for those of you who may be in here and you missed some. To be around about 1 o'clock Eastern time, US time, when video will be posted. So you're welcome to go back and look at it, and anything you may have missed, which I started an hour ago, a little over an hour. So there's several opportunities in here today. Pound dollar buy opportunity is coming. Aussie dollar sell opportunity is coming, but probably not till we're up here. And that could happen today, that move up to there. There could be a retrace back down to here. And that could happen today before the move comes up. Because that flush down is going to be filled in, which a lot of people call gaps. Pound CAD made an ugly candle. But expecting a push up into here. So still got a little ways to go. Euro New Zealand. Got the 1 hour sell. Trying to make it. Let's see how that goes. Got a little time on it. Don't think I had any. Got to keep an eye on the dollar yen. Still not getting above 149.50. I mean 149.80. So you're welcome to put in any questions, comments in the chat room. The pound Aussie. It's in a sell on the 1 hour. But it's come down. Oh, sorry. Come down and filled in the flush up. It's filled that in, so it could turn around from here. But the better opportunity would be down here for a low risk trade on the buy. Now it also had a sell. We were looking for a sell again, then the push up into here, which that's the pivot, so it could come back and retest that or close to that and then sell off down to here. So you only got a couple scenarios right here. So if this makes a push up and you wanted to get in, that would have to be your stop. Because if it takes that out, then chances are it's going down to here, so there's no reason to hang on. You just go ahead and get out, take the small loss, and then look for an opportunity down here to buy. Pound dollar, seeing if it's still pushing, see it's trying to turn around right there. Which that's an opportunity, that was an opportunity, that was an opportunity, this is an opportunity for a buy. That's the stop. If you had got in here, that's your stop. Now if it pushes up and takes this out, you can move your stop from there to break even. But it's got to take that high out right there before you can do that. And you're going to get about 40 or 50 pips to take off your half position. You'll be at break even. You don't have to worry about another trade. And if it continues higher, there's going to be your reward. Is up here. Not today. It's not going to reach that today. Probably going to be tomorrow. Or in the Europe session. 20 minutes till the New York session opens. Japan, New Zealand. Right, it's really going sideways. A lot of wicks in there. New Zealand yen. It did make a poke down, but that low is 90. That low is 66. So it was a $27 risk with the spread right there. If you wanted to get in. If it takes that out, it's going lower. Let's see, we came down that yellow line. See how we closed below it. We've gone below it. They could come back and retest it. But that range is, that probably wouldn't happen if it pushes up the rest of the day. It won't get up there until the Asian session. So you'd have to hang on to that for several hours. But if you're in the trade and you're able to move your stops, you took off half your position, or that's just me half. You're welcome to do an eighth, a fourth, a third, what 3/4, whatever you feel comfortable with, and then just manage the rest of it. It takes the stress off the trade, because now you've banked money and you're still in the trade, so you don't have to hunt for another trade on this currency. Now you can hunt for another one on another, but this one you don't have to. Euro yen, is it going to push up to there and then sell off? Euro Aussie, pound yen. Risk is too great. That low is 68. That low is 02. So that's a 66 pip risk. It's too much. You have to wait for it to come down here more. So nothing to do on that. So did we close below that? No, we didn't. Went below it but didn't close below it. Pound CAD. It's trying to push up. Doesn't have a whole lot more to go. About 25, 30 pips. Pound Aussie. All these have made new candles now. Looking for a push up. It's not closed above it. Looking for a push up to here today. It can get to there today, but it's not really had much of a retracement. I'm looking for a pullback, possible pullback back down into here. And it's either going to be there or it's going to be down in here for another buy opportunity up to here. If it doesn't get up in there, it starts falling off, then we're looking for a buy opportunity down here to go back to here. Big move right there. We got about 15 minutes before the New York Exchange opens. Pound CAD continuing the flush up. These get retraced at some point. Sometimes it takes a while. I've seen them wait as much as 2 and 3 weeks for it to come back into that. But there will be a sell opportunity to come back into that at some point. And it's at its range for today. We're going to look at the pound dollar. It's trying to push up off of this now. So I made sure I got to keep an eye on that dollar yen. I see it's come down some, back towards 70. So was that the range for today? Yen. We could go, I'm expecting a move up into here, which could give us a sell opportunity on the euro yen, and it can go to that on its daily range. New Zealand yen. Needing a little bit more push down to be able to be a buy. The risk is too great. 90. No, it's actually 27 that move, so it's within my parameters for a move right there. would mean the Euro New Zealand would be strong. Pound CAD. Pound Aussie. Aussie Yen. CAD Yen. Pound dollar's pushing up off of there. Euro CAD. Getting close to the open too. So I'm going to look at New Zealand Yen for a possible buy. Let's look at the 4-hour. And squeeze it in. See, there was your sell. See where the sell was. If you weren't able to get in on that spike up. And then it come back up to it. And it sold off again. So you made money there. You made money there. Because the buy is a little ways away. It's way down here. That won't happen today. Oh, what do we got here? Down into here, right? So I need to squeeze this in and look and see where the buy. Because I know it was a little ways back. The buy signal. Here it is. Yeah, that's back from July the 28th. We're approaching 3 months. But 2.5 right now. Expecting it to come back down into here. It's set to 86.30s, maybe even 40s. And we're in the, yeah, it's about 200, well, 160 away from that buy. Get down. Okay, so did I switch that back to 1 hour? Less than 9 minutes to the New York session. Now that could be a buy right here. That's the stop. That's $27 risk. Dollars not moving. Aussie dollar. Euro CAD. CAD yen. Aussie yen. The Euro Aussie came down the flush up. It came back to it, filled it in, and now it's pushed up. Now is it going to continue higher, or is it going to give us a sell opportunity up in here? Because it could reach that today. See, that happened on October the 12th, and It came down in here finally on the 17th, so 5 days it took to get back to fill that in. And I think there is one. No, that wasn't there. See how it flushes down and it comes back to fill it in. It flushed up, come back to fill it in. Flush down, come back to fill it in. The flush up came back to fill it in right there. And then you had a flush up and it's come back on that other candle, the one with the arrow, come back in. I see how this has run away, gave you no opportunity. It's going to come back into there. We just don't know when, but that will be a buy opportunity. You had to flush down, it came back, filled it in. Flush up, came back, filled it in. Flush down, it did have retracement, so that's not the greatest flush. That's flush up, came back, filled it in. Now there's a flush down and it came back and filled it in. So enough examples on that. You kind of get the gist. See, dollar, CAD, yen. Nothing there. Euro, CAD. Euro, yen. Less than 6 minutes to the open. Oh, we're gonna look at the 4 hour on here again. Let's see. So looking at New Zealand yen. This looks like it's just, that's the only retracement it's made. So this flush is going to have to be filled in at some point. I want to look at the dollar yen again. I got to keep an eye on that thing. Okay, now it's at the still in the 70s. There's nothing on it going to happen until after New York session opens. I'm probably going to close early today since there's not a lot of people on here. As most people, I'm pretty confident in just from looking on YouTube and stuff at the other rooms that people are wanting 1, 3, and 5 minute charts. So they're wanting to make trades or force trades where they feel like they got to make money every day. And I think I've showed you that you don't have to do that. You don't have to trade that way. I've showed enough examples. You just have to be patient. If you're working a full-time job, I wouldn't day trade. I would do swing trading. Now you don't have to follow me, you just learn to do swing trading. Because I want to be able to teach you to trade. I don't want you to follow me. I want to be able to teach you to trade where you can do it on your own. You don't need me. I do this from home. It's my full-time job. It's taken a while to get to this point, but I've been profitable since 2007, so going on 17 years. And again, I'm going to go over this because this is very important, especially for those of you who are searching for rooms and trying to trade. And is that whenever you see a lot of these guys on YouTube, I'm sure you've seen them, where they'll put wins and losses and break-evens for the day, for the week, for the month, or even for the year. They'll post them on there. That's deceiving. Very, very deceiving. Because you could have, let's take for instance, I got this trade. But before I got this winning trade, I had 10 losers in a row, which I've never had, but I'm just saying for an example, worst case. And the risk was, let's say $15. I've had them as low as $4.50. Most I go is 30, but I try to get less than 30. So on average, let's do 15. So that's $150 loss. But I had one winning trade, got in with the low risk trade, and would have took off half the position. Had no reason to keep moving my stop down. It kept coming down. Now when it got down here, down to resistance this day, which is right there, I would have looked possibly to take that whole thing off. But in the meantime, this one just, of course I had to hold that for a day, another day. But that whole move wiped out my 10 losses, plus made me pretty profitable. So that means I would be posting on my screen, on my YouTube channel, 1 win, 10 losses, no break-evens. And the first thing people would look at, they go, well, that guy is a loser. That's a terrible percentage. But what it doesn't tell you is I was profitable. 10 low risk trades, 1 huge big trade, and still with 10 losses I was still profitable. See, those guys don't post how many pips that they got total, because if they do, then you can divide it into how many trades that it was, and 99% of the time it's going to be 8 to 10 pips is what they took. So that means you continually got to get in and out and try to find a trade. You get in, you get your 8 to 10 pips, they move to break even, and it gets stopped out, and then it goes in their direction, continues, and now they got to find another trade. See, with this, I have that, I don't have to find another trade. I'm in the trade with the second half of the position till I get stopped out. Now I can look for another trade. This may be the trade right here. So don't be deceived by those win-loss break-evens, because that doesn't mean anything. The total pips is what you want to know for all those trades that they had. If they had 50, how many pips did you get for those 50? Then divide it into those 50 trades, and more times than not, like I said, 99% of the time it's 8 to 10 pips on average. You say, where did I get that number from? From the brokerage houses, Wanda, Goldman Sachs, Interactive Brokers, whatever brokerage company you use. That's what they say on average. The average trader averages making 8 to 10 pips a trade. That's what they say. That's not what I say. I'm just telling you what they say. So if that's the case, that's most traders. And most traders, like they've said, 95% of people who trade lose money. That would tell you why they lose money. Because they're trading 1, 3, and 5 minute and 15-minute charts. Some 30, not many. Because of the time. They want trades in there. But I'm patient. I have to wait. Like to get in this trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours. 11 hours had to wait to get in. But then you get rewarded for being patient. So that's trying to turn around. If it takes out that high, I might get in right there. Well, no, I'm still not liking that it's to the downside. I think it's going to be short-lived. But this has got to get filled in up here. But that's not going to happen today. So the New York Exchange is open. Let's see what the dollar yen is doing. It's still in the 70s. They're not doing anything with it. Pound dollar. See, this could be the buy opportunity right there. Aussie dollar trying to push back up, and it should back up to here. Euro CAD. It's pulling off. It went to its extreme. Was expecting that. CAD yen. Would like to see a little bit more of a pull down. Aussie yen. It's got room to go up to here. Euro Aussie. That's trying to pull back. It's filled in its gap. This is just a retracement. Then the next is down here, which that could happen today. Euro New Zealand making a 1 hour buy. There's nothing to do on that. It made about 1 hour buy signal, but that was over 30 minutes ago. So nothing to do on it, but it is at extreme range above it. Pound yen trying to make a push up. The risk reward is too great. Pound CAD made a really ugly candle, but it has a little room to go up. Pound Aussie going sideways. So the pound dollar is well, let's just go ahead and get in that for laughs and giggles. Now, this will kind of show you what's going to happen. Okay, in that, with a half a position because it's too, the risk to reward is too great. What was that low? 22 basically. And that's 52 is where I got, let's see, 22, 52, so that's 30 plus the spread, so it's 33. So it's beyond my parameters on my risk to reward, but I'm doing a half a position, so that cuts it in half down to $16. Because if it takes that low out, it's probably retesting it. That's a magnet. That's a yearly pivot, and it could take that arrow out, go a little bit lower, and then turn around. There's the target is up here. That's not going to happen today. Target up to there. So the bigger reward is it takes this low out and goes below the yearly, and then turns around and comes up. What's that high? Dollar yen is not doing anything. I mean, not anything. is not doing anything. So if this is your first time here, welcome. If you'd hit the subscribe button, that will get you. You're also going to have to click on the notify me, and then YouTube will notify you when I'm on live stream. That's the easiest way to do it, but you have to subscribe to be able to get that. So we have to be patient. We'll look at the 4 hour on the Euro Yen. Yeah, a move up into here would actually be a good sell opportunity, or a drop down to here. So we're going to look at the pound dollar. I'm going to have to check on the dollar. Be right back. Well, right back. Okay, I'm back. Nothing, didn't miss anything, did I? No, didn't think so. And that short time, dollar yen, got to keep an eye on that. It's still in the 70s. This is just not moving. It is not moving. So there may not be anything to do on that today. So the pound dollar, which I'm in long, from 52. It's just not moving anywhere. Up 2 pips. That's not anything. That's 32 that low. Okay. 32. So my risk is not as great as what I thought it was. $20, half of it, so it's $10, so it's basically a Big Mac combo meal I'm risking. Okay. And the first target will be 92, which means it has to take out the high of that candle. So look at these. Oh, I don't know why that keeps going away. I gotta reset that. And the dollar yen trying to push back up to 149.80, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that too. 4 hours. Yep, see there's the buy down here. So I'm glad I've got a tight risk, because I got a feeling. See how this year, that's a yearly pivot. Came down, touched it, went up. We closed below it, went lower down here. Then we came back up, closed above it, touched it, went up, come back, touched it, went up even higher. And now we've come down and touched it again. Are we going to go higher? Which I would expect. That's where the target is, up here. But this would be a great opportunity for a buy, right? If it could come down to here. And then, wow, that's that big move right there. Okay. Back to the 1 hours, and we'll go through this one more time, and then I'm going to call it a day. Nobody in the chat room, so nobody to talk with, so that's the pound dollar. We have a buy opportunity there, low risk. Aussie dollar, we're looking for a push up into here today. That's not really retraced. Euro CAD. It went to its extreme high today. Looking for a pullback, probably down into here. CAD yen. Looking for a better opportunity down here. The yen. Looking for a push up into here. That could happen today. Pound Aussie. It has come down, filled in the flush, but the better opportunity buy is right here. Pound CAD. Making ugly candles, but it don't have a whole lot of range left to go. It could only go up to here, which is still about 25-30 pips. Pound yen, nothing to do here. Euro New Zealand has made a 1 hour sell, trying to come down, but no chance to really get in. And that could actually pull down into here. Look at the 4 hour on it, see what it looks like. There was your buy. I was in this trade. That was been several days ago, or actually a week ago, over a week. Pull up, pull back in, and got rewarded. was I was out in here and it's gone higher, but it is making a 4-hour sell, but that doesn't end. I mean, that one's ended, so it's made a 4-hour sell. So I would think a push back down into here is where it's coming, and that could happen today. So we just don't want it to flush and run away. Look at, I don't know why that keeps going away. Dollar yen doing nothing. Pound dollar not doing anything either. Opportunity for profit up here. Not today though. CAD yen, Euro CAD is pulling down. It went to its extreme. Let's see. Oh, there was a sell. Oh, it's back up in here. So this is going away. We're looking for a pullback back down into here. If it's going to go up, there's a sell that's up in here. So that's what we're looking at. Keeping an eye on that, keeping an eye on the, well, the dollar yen is just crawling. So I'm gonna give us about 10 more minutes and then we'll call it a day. Since there's nobody in the chat room asking questions. Euro yen. Let's sell the Euro yen. Would be up in here somewhere. That can happen today. Like that. So that was the Euro yen, the pound dollar. This candle ends in 90 minutes. Actually, I may move the stop up to there. Which would reduce the risk $16 to $8. Even if it takes that out, I think it's going to take that one out. I don't think it's going down to here. Depends on what the dollar does, because it's approaching 149.80 again, so the dollar's getting stronger, which means the pound is going to get weaker against the dollar and go down. Aussie dollar, Euro CAD coming down, CAD yen, odd yen, could be a setup move. Now there could be a turnaround right here, remember, because it filled in the flush. And it could be a retracement back up. But the better buy is down here. And then we would look for a target back up into here. From down here to there. And CAD. Probably going to retrace some of that wick. This means this is going to come down. Alright. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. I'm recording this video because it's a live stream. Recording the video. I'll have it up probably around about 1 Eastern Time, US. So those of you who missed anything, you're welcome to go look at the video and catch up on that. For those that's new in here, if you'd hit the subscribe button, but then you're also going to have to hit the notify me, click on it to get notified when I'm on live stream. And that's the only reason for that. And if you happen to like the education and training and providing, just hit the like button if you would. And I plan on being back tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Wednesday. I'm trying to remember if I got a doctor's appointment. I don't think so, but I got to double check that. So if you're in trades, take off your position, some of your position that whatever you feel comfortable with, and then manage the other part of it. And don't force trades. Be patient, wait on the trade, which have showed you many examples of it. While patience pays off. I am in this trade. I already made a trade this morning right here and got off half the position, then got stopped out on the rest. And I'm in this one again with an $8 risk, so I'm still going to be profitable. I'm going to have, if I posted it, 1 win, 1 loss. I guess I have to count the second half as a break even. So it'd be 1 win, 1 loss, 1 break even. But I would have made 40 minus 8, $32 profitable. And if this pushes up, then it's going to be even more. But I'm looking for other trades. The Euro New Zealand sell, looking for it. Euro Yen sell. CAD Yen buy, but it's going to be, I need to be down here further. And Aussie dollar, expecting to move up to here. There's not really been much of a retracement though. It's the only thing. Could come back down into here and then go up to here. Aussie yen, looking for a push up into here. And pound Aussie, we filled in the flush, so there could be a move back up from here. Next time, whether let me get in that trade too long. Okay, with the stop right there. Actually, under this candle, that low is 32. So that was $32.24 risk. It's a half a position, so it's a $12 risk. I'm looking for a huge move up, but probably somewhere up into here, and that could happen today. Pound dollar, nothing. Dollar yen, nothing. Okay. Well, I hope everybody has a good evening, and we'll plan on seeing you guys in the morning.